This is what they're protesting, folks. I know that, here's the thing. I know the level that the EU even makes sure that animals are treated. They're not treated like they are here in America. Like, they're better. Yeah. They're treated better there. And this is what they want to have. The livestock. These are not CAFOs. You guys don't really have those. I mean, we have the chicken factories. But this is just, it's just a farm, and it's beautiful, and it's what life should be. And to say that this is harming the environment, when we talk about this all the time, this is what actually is healing to the environment. Mm-hmm. And this is the most healthy environment you will ever have. Right? This is the healthiest environment that you will ever have on these Dutch farms. So I know that the people in the Netherlands and Holland they care about their animals, and they do. Okay, so we have that. So go Dutch farmers. Hashtag go Dutch farmers.
King of Jews, oh yeah, yeah. Come on, you heavy laden. He's the man of sorrow. Come on, you heavy laden. His burden is light.
Hey guys, welcome back to Resistance Chicks. We're your hosts, Leah and Michelle. The lovely Leah is actually wearing a very beautiful bright green shirt. Am I? And I am so pulling my hair out with the coloring here. She is not wearing this. It's literally like shamrock green, and I'm looking. It's the color of my earrings, actually. It's the brightest green ever. Have picked up the right color, but this is green. But so today she's wearing black. You do look very pretty today. It's totally green. I mean, pick up that family cow book. It's the color. No, the cow one. It's literally the color of that. Let's see what color it picks up. Now show them that color. It's black. Now put it real close. Wow, I have no idea what's going on with the coloring. I'm gonna work on it, but it's literally not the right color. This family cow book is green. It is a green book. Today is the 6th of October. 2019. Colorblind. Yeah, kind of. It's our Around the World in 2 hours show. Do not live in a land that honors the free speech anymore, which is incredibly interesting because we just came through the 60s and 70s, which lambasted Christians for being, censorious and just stick in the muds, and we need pornography and we need all these things. So yeah. Sailor, where you going, buddy? Hi, little dude. Hi, little dude. Let me see, little dude. All right, so talking about, I'm going to play this because I think this is a perfect lead into this. Douglas Murray talked to Breitbart about this quote unquote like cancel culture, where they just cancel you if you're if you are a gay person that identifies as a conservative. Well, then you're just no longer gay. Okay. And Kanye West this week held a church service in which he said, I'm a black man, and who's telling me as a black man I can't like Trump? And he's got thousands of people showing up. And he's like, I've never made a decision on the color of my skin. And so people have said Kanye West is no longer black. But see, these are things that those are like illogical statements. He's still black. You know what I mean? Right.
People will realize, I don't know how long it's going to take, but that this is an unwinnable game. And that it's a deranging game. And that it's dementing our societies. And it's making us do the things we think we're trying to avoid. So in the name of anti-racism, they're making everybody think about race. Everybody.
Yeah. That's so true.
In the name
I think about that all the time.
Equality between the sexes, they're going to make men more bitter about women. And they're going to make a lot of women more bitter along the way. Not least because they're going to make men that they don't want. So I think that if we gather back here, we could even set the date. In a couple of decades' time, we will not be doing this. We will have got out of it. But the third thing of that is, what ought we to be doing better with our time? Now, here's the thing. A friend of mine was speaking recently at a university in America and mentioned that the class with this visiting lecturer were all asking questions afterwards about identity politics matters. Things to do with equality, diversity, equity. And this person said, why are you doing this? You should be trying to work out how we live in underwater cities. You should be working out how we live on the moon. Why are you doing this?
Very interesting. Like, you could be thinking about deeper subjects and how you're going to just try to bring everybody else down.
That's a really good point.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to live underwater, but, you know.
Well, I mean, but there are, it's
an
endless thing of things that we could solve to make our lives better, to make our planet better, to make each other better. And it's a waste of time talking about all of these identity politics. Life is beyond identity politics.
And with that, we have cases like this. A British employment tribunal has ruled that a Christian doctor's biblical understanding of sexuality and lack of belief in transgenderism is incompatible with human dignity.
Oh my gosh.
After being fired from his job in 2018 for refusing to use the pronouns that do not correspond with the person's biological sex, disability assessor Dr. David Makareth filed a complaint against the Department of Work and Pensions for harassment and discrimination under the Equality Act. In its decision this week, the panel declared that Dr. Makareth's biblical belief that God made humans male or female was incompatible with human dignity. The tribunal ruled explicitly on 3 positions taken by Dr. Makareth that made him unable to do, in good conscience, to address a person as if they were a member of the opposite sex. The court referred to Makareth's belief in Genesis 1:27, a passage from the Bible that states, "So God made man in his own image. In the image of God he created him, male and female he created them." Second, the court cited the doctor's lack of belief. Do you understand that it is a belief?
Mm-hmm.
It is a theory.
Right.
It is a belief. There's nobody that can prove that you are literally a man in a woman's body. There's no scientific proof. You have to only by faith believe it.
Well, and that's the thing, actually. I was thinking about this yesterday because I was wearing, I don't remember who it was that sent us the shirts that said roses are red, violets are blue, the numbers of genders there is only 2. I was wearing that yesterday, and I actually try not to wear it in public, but I was, because I had to go out. And so I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about my belief as a Christian. Okay, because I'm going to guess a lot of these transgender people are not Christians. And so what I was having a conversation, a make-believe conversation in my head with a group of someones, of these transgenders and so forth. And I'm like, listen, I believe that I'm a Christian. And you have to believe. There is no way that I can prove to you that I am a Christian. And I can't force you to give me special preferential treatment or whatever that goes outside of the realm of something that we have understood for the past 8,000 years. And that is that there are only 2 genders, because it's just as crazy or plausible, however you want to look at it, glass half full or half empty, to say, listen, I am a bird. Like, you don't understand. Inside, I fly.
And when
like, I should fly.
Wings, I will fly.
Right. Like, seriously, I'm a bird and I fly. I am a bird that is trapped in a human's body. I'm not supposed to be in this body. So I think that everybody should treat me. And you can take that to any lengths, as other people have already done with their age and so forth.
Who's to say that you aren't a reincarnation of somebody?
Right. Like, I am William Bradford. Okay. Yeah. Like, seriously, like, that's who I am inside. I want you to treat me as William Bradford. You could say you're royalty or someone super special. You know what I mean? You can take that. So, I'm Iron Man.
This is what the doctor says. No doctor or researcher or philosopher can demonstrate or prove that a person can change sex. Without intellectual and moral integrity, medicine cannot function, and my 30 years as a doctor are now considered irrelevant compared to the risk that someone else might be offended. Now, this is where we get into muddy waters. They're telling you that your gender is not based on how you wear your hair, if you wear makeup, if you have male parts or female parts, but they say, or a hormonal level, that does not make your gender. But if you change those things to be a different way, then suddenly you are a female because you have a chest, you have female level hormones, you have long hair, make any sense. And you wear makeup and dresses.
Right.
It defies logic.
But then with all of these different genders that they have now, that's why it gets so ridiculous, because then you can be like, listen, I think there's probably a gender that says, I want to wear my face like a man and dress like a woman and I feel like a woman and I am a man. I mean, there are so many different things. It's literal insanity. And then you hear from literal people who are transgender, like, listen, I switched from being a man to being a woman. There are only two genders. I switched them. I'm like, okay, you know what? You did that. Now, medically, the doctor's going to have to treat you with whatever you've got. Okay. But what I really have an issue with more than anything, of course I have an issue with that too, but more than anything is all of this made up mumbo jumbo. There's two genders. If you want to cross dress and you want to pretend that you're the other gender, okay, fine. Like, whatever.
Well, I really like to go with the whole cross-dressing thing. Like, we used to have...
it used to be so simple.
We used to call them transvestites.
Yeah.
When I was a kid. That's where he's a transvestite. He dresses like a woman.
And, like, when I was a kid, it was very simple. I'm a man that is attracted to other men. I'm a homosexual, or I'm a woman that's attracted to other women.
These are
I'm a homosexual.
Scientific things.
Okay, we can kind of understand. And as a society, I think we have done a pretty good job of being inclusive.
But I can't prove it. I can't say that you're a homosexual. Like, you're saying it, I have to believe it.
Right.
Transgenderism, unfortunately, is a belief system.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we have Douglas Murray again.
If isn't gay, if Kanye West isn't black, if Jermaine Greer isn't a feminist, let's be honest about this. This is naked politicking. The madness of crowds is my attempt to explain, I think, take apart and explain what we should do instead of the movement that's called by different names. Sometimes it's called identity politics, sometimes it's called a very ugly term.
I'm going to actually make a case study, and maybe this is why my shirt is black to you. My shirt that I'm wearing is green. Bright green. The color, for some reason, it's picking up the color of my earrings.
Barely.
It's the color of my earrings.
I think I know what it is. We could probably show them if you turn that light out, because that's the only thing that I did differently here. Yeah. No. Okay, that didn't do it.
No, it's not, we're not green. We're just not green. But,
let's see, did that do it? Let me see. Nope.
I could tell you guys till I was blue in the face that my shirt is green, but it sure does look like it's a black shirt, doesn't it? And you're going to tell me it's a black shirt. And I'm going to tell you I'm wearing a green shirt. But to you, it looks black.
I'm just messing. Now you look like Donald Trump.
That's so funny.
Intersectionalism. And it's basically the form of thinking, politicking that bases itself around rights issues, almost exclusively around rights issues. And if that sounds sort of abstract, it's not. It's the stuff of everyday's politics in some ways. Issues to do with being gay, issues to do with women, particularly relations between the sexes, issues to do with race, and increasingly issues to do with trans. Some of these, particularly the last one, seemed rather obscure even a few years ago. And they've got right to the heart of the cultural and political wars of our time. And my view is that we are really bad about thinking about these issues. And we're really bad about talking about them. Because whole careers, and indeed lives, get destroyed by saying the wrong thing, thinking the wrong thing. And often thinking something or saying something that absolutely everybody thought or said until yesterday. I should probably say, none of this suggests that there hasn't been discrimination in the past, and that there may not be some discrimination in parts of our society today. I don't deny any of that. Take this as an example. You know, when Kanye West comes out in support of Donald Trump, whatever you think of either Donald Trump or Kanye West, when he comes out in support of Donald Trump, He is denounced in one of the main American magazines by a very prominent black writer in America as no longer being black. This happens repeatedly.
Peter Thiel.
Peter Thiel, very prominent gay billionaire, founder of PayPal, comes out for the Republican nominee in America in 2016 and is denounced in the main gay magazine in America as no longer gay. They say he may sleep with men, but in no other way is he gay. They actually say this with a straight face. They expel him from the Church of Gay. Just like some black activists in America tried to expel Kanye West from being black. Another example, Germaine Greer, the most prominent, rightly celebrated feminist of the late 20th century, trips on the trans wire. She says, I'm not willing to say that somebody who was born a man, who transitions in various ways, is a woman. I'm not willing to say it. For that, Germaine Greer is denounced as no longer being a feminist. And you know, Peter Thiel isn't gay, if Kanye West isn't black, if Germaine Greer isn't a feminist, let's be honest about this. This is naked politicking. You can't, for instance, pretend that gay is, in fact, slightly better than being straight, which is one of the things our culture has started to arrive at. If you support absolutely equal rights for women, as most of us do, you can't then imply that women are actually slightly better than men, as well as being equal. In the last 10 years in particular, people, in my experience, in Britain, and I travel all the time, and not just in Britain, but in America and elsewhere, they find themselves in this position of describing themselves to you before you know anything else about them. Speaking as a woman, speaking as a gay man, speaking as a gay woman, speaking as a black woman, speaking as a... And you see, we used to be aspiring to something else. The thing we used to be aspiring to was what Dr. Martin Luther King described as judging people by the content of their character. So if you judge people by the content of their character, it doesn't matter what color they are. It doesn't matter who they sleep with or who they love or who they marry. It doesn't matter which sex or gender they are. It matters only what kind of a person they are. What kind of a person they are to the people around them, to their loved ones, and to strangers. But identity politicking, putting our society into atomized groups, which you can then weaponize against each other, does exactly the opposite of that. It says the most important thing are your characteristics. Mm-hmm. And, you see, and if that's the case, then we are all prisoners of how we were born.
Wow. Very well said. So I'm going to show you guys the color of Leah's shirt.
This is so funny. Oh my gosh! so funny.
Yeah, so here's Leah's shirt right now, black. And that's what she looks like. I have no idea what's going on with the coloring there. But yeah, isn't that a very pretty green that she's wearing? I don't know. I have no idea what's going on here. I'm going to remove my chair from this situation here.
From the situation. All right, so we want to make sure that we kind of hit around all of Europe. We kind of leave some people out. So this week there was a mass protest of Dutch farmers against the green fascism. Check this out, you guys. Thousands of Dutch farmers headed in mass to the Netherlands capital.
Speaking of green, they're all like driving green John Deere tractors
to protest against environmental policies being inflicted on them by their coalition government. Hundreds have converged in the capital by tractor, causing total tailbacks. This is what happened this week. In excess of 620 miles, bringing the city to a standstill. The demonstration has been prompted by a suggestion from the coalition party D66 that Dutch livestock farming should be slashed to meet commitments on reducing nitrogen emissions. Farming organizations say their members are sick of being described by politicians, the media, and activists as pollutants and animal abusers. And I know that these Norwegian countries and as well in other places in Europe really take animal welfare a lot more seriously there than we do here in America. So to say that, I mean, this was huge to drive all these tractors there. Let's see, where are we at? The protests, the equivalent of the France's Gilets Jaunes, have widespread support amongst the Dutch people.
They really go, don't they? Oh my gosh. They're doing like 25 miles an hour.
Seems faster than that.
That's great. So Brabaz tells me that the tractors are black, not green. If they're picking up black, they're not. Most of them are green John Deere tractors.
And red.
Well, red's picking up because I'm wearing red and it picks up just fine. This is the color of my shirt.
Okay, so those are some nighttime videos. I'm going to show you guys some of these. Let's see. Farmers blocked the A28 highway with their tractors between Hugeveen and Meppel on October 1st, 2019, during a national protest of farmers. The farmers joined a national demonstration in The Hague to draw attention to their difficulties to comply with the climate and environmental policy. There's a whole bunch of colors there. Now I want to, while I'm here, because I shared a bunch this week, and in my Twitter feed, I think it was kind of a little bit too far back for me to get it. So let me just get some Dutch farmer video here, because they drove on beaches. They were everywhere.
Brabaz says, Michelle, some European tractors can do up to 70 miles per hour.
What?
That's intense.
You know what? They can really get around. They're not getting stuck. You know what I mean? Going everywhere, going anywhere. Have tractor wheel travel. That's the best way to travel. I mean, you could over land, over sand, dirt, mud. You want to see the world, get yourself a good tractor.
Yeah, it'll cost you an easy $100,000.
Oh, they're not cheap. I had a video of them driving in the... We love farmers, no food. There was one where they were driving on the beach. Here's the one I wanted to show you guys.
How much vanilla? A teaspoon or a tablespoon?
Probably a teaspoon. Open wide on the beach. So good for them. Good for them, for the Dutch farmers to stand up to the global fascism, the global climate fascism. Pretty excited that they're standing up.
It is.
We need to see some more, and so to see the Netherlands farmers, yeah, that's pretty crazy. So there you have the.
How do you get something like that together?
Here's the thing: they wanted them to have their livestock in half.
Wow.
In half. Farming organizations say that their members are tired of being characterized as criminals and environmental criminals. Farmers are sick of being painted as the problem that needs a solution. Suddenly, everyone is worried. We're getting blamed and badly represented in the media. Everyone is blaming us for climate change, but planes are worse than farmers, and no one is talking about them. This is a 17-year-old dairy farmer.
Thank you.
Similarly to the public support enjoyed by the French Yellow Vests, these protesters had a lot of support in their country. And you know what we're going to take a second and do? We're going to
have a commercial break.
No, we're just going to go, and we're going to go, and we're just going to do a YouTube on Dutch farming. Let's see if we get some, This is what they're protesting, folks. I know that, here's the thing. I know the level that the EU even makes sure that animals are treated. They're not treated like they are here in America. Like, they're better. Yeah. They're treated better there. And this is what they want to have. The livestock. These are not CAFOs. You guys don't really have those. I mean, you have some chicken factories. But this is it's just a farm, and it's beautiful, and it's what life should be. And to say that this is harming the environment, when we talk about it all the time, this is what actually is healing to the environment. Mm-hmm. And this is the most healthy environment you will ever have.
Right.
right? This is the healthiest environment that you will ever have on these Dutch farms. So I know that the people in the Netherlands and Holland they care about their animals, and they do. Okay, so we have that. So go Dutch farmers.
Hashtag go.
So
Dutch
we love you.
farmers.
God loves you. God bless. Remember,
it's not just a conspiracy theory if it's actually the truth. So have a blessed rest of your Sunday. Praise the Lord. Go watch our video. Watch my video that I did. We had everything but money. It's in the video section. I really want to encourage you to watch that because I think it'll bless you as you go into this week. So,
bless
all right.
your week. Bless your week off.
Bye, guys.
I was cold all alone. No place for home every day. So afraid, but you called my name.